let us start with analysis of plane frames. Plane frames already we have discussed. What is meant by a plane frame? It's a one-dimensional structure wherein all members lie in a single plane subjected to static loadings. Whenever that particular frame is subject to static loading, we have to do the analysis. Analysis means it is determination of external support reactions, internal member forces, or various all the member forces. That is called the static analysis, and evaluation of the displacement, which is kinematic analysis. Both we have to do during the analysis. This we are doing only for beams and trusses, which are plane frames. Beams also a plane frame structure. Truss also we deal with only plane trusses by satisfying the equations of equilibrium or equations of statics. That is three equations of equilibrium which already I have told by explaining the degree of determinacy or indeterminacy. So we have to apply three equations of statics, that is sum of all horizontal forces 0, vertical forces 0, and moment about an axis normal to the plane in which the structure lies is equal to 0. Those are the three equations. Applying three equations, we have to evaluate the external support reactions as well as internal member forces. So that we will take up first with respect to beams, then trusses. So before that, to make a note of these things. So analysis involves determination of one, external support reactions. So of course, using three equations of statics or equilibrium. Then second, internal member forces. So this involves three forces, in general three forces, namely axial, shear and bending moment. This axial is the force along x-axis, shear force along y-axis, bending moment about an axis normal to the plane in which that particular structure lies. These two are the evaluation of forces, that is involving statics. Here also we apply equations of equilibrium, member forces using equations of statics, So three equations of statics we have to apply. Then third, evaluation of displacements, both translatory as well as rotatory displacements, that is both translation and rotation at joints. So this we are applying a separate methodology. Here we apply equations of statics for analysis of these external support reactions and internal member forces. Whereas evaluation of displacement, we adopt altogether different methodology, that is strain energy method or other conventional methods like conjugate beam method, area movement method, which we are dealing in next units. So evaluation of method of joints using area movement method or conjugate beam method or and strain energy methods. So these things we are dealing with in different units. This is a separate chapter. First, let us take up this analysis of external support reactions as well as internal member forces. How many internal member forces? 3 internal member forces, axial, shear and bending moment. That while determining the degree of indeterminacy, I told for each member you have 3 unknown internal member forces to be determined. That's why 3m is the equation we use, or is the number of support reaction, 3m plus r, that's the total number of unknowns, and equations of equilibrium is per joint it is 3j, per joint 3, j number of joint 3j. So the degree of indeterminacy we told I equals 3m plus r minus 3j. For trusses it is only because for trusses there is no moment because the joint is assumed to be pin or hinge. So the third equation is not going to come. That moment is not at all coming to picture, it is only 2. So there it is just m plus or minus 2j, 2 equations of equilibrium. Each member force is only the axial force only. So no shear, no bending moment. Bending moment is always associated with shear. So those two will go together, shear and bending moment. So that is absent in the case of truss members. So that is the same. In case of, first now we will take up analysis of beams. Analysis of beams. So we will take up that. So first we will take an example. You consider a beam like this, because analysis of determinate beams. We don't have indeterminate beams. We have only analysis of determinate beams. Analysis of determinate beams means it is only these types of beams. We have simple beam, simple beams, cantilever, cantilever. Then you have overhang beams like this, for single overhang or double overhang, overhang beams. These are the only 3 types of problems we are going to get in case of determinate beams. We have told determinate beams means it is only simple beam or cantilever or overhang beams. So you will have problems of analysis of reactions, analysis of internal member forces, as well as this determination of displacements at various points. It is only not at joints, at any point. Here I have told only displacement at joints, but it can be at any point all along these types of 3 beams only. Now we will take up only this determinate beams. So this you have already done in your what is that, strength of materials class, analysis of simple beams, that is also cantilever, overhang beam, subjected to either single concentrated load or UDL or partial UDL or moment. All these things you have done same thing. Let us just review those things once, that's all. Now you consider first a simply supported beam subjected to a concentrated load W. So where L is the length of the beam and this A is the distance or rotation of this particular load from left end, and B is from the other end, that this is distance. So this type of prismatic beam we take it. That is, prismatic means A is constant in the given span. That we call it as a prismatic beams. So you say, analyze the beam shown in figure. So here analysis means, I told you have to evaluate the internal member forces, like axial force, shear force, bending moment at any point in the beam. After finding the external support reactions. First you have to find the external support reactions by applying 3 equations of statics. Then you can find out at any point the internal member forces for this particular case. So first step, to find external support reactions. External support reactions. So that is our first step in the analysis of beams. So for already I have told here, for finding the external support reactions, we are applying three equations of equilibrium. That is sigma fx0, sigma fy0, sigma mz0. After evaluating the, after identifying what are the unknown support reactions. Here it is hinged support. So then at hinged support you have two reactions, horizontal like this, HA, that is arrow moving away. That's always we take it as tensile type. Here we take towards also, that's compression force VA, and we see VB. So always vertical forces acting up, we take positive. Horizontal reaction that you can take either from right to left also as positive. This is a type of sign convention we adopt. All axial forces from right to left positive, all vertical forces acting above positive, clockwise movement positive. That we adopt. Using that we apply equations of equilibrium after identifying the support reaction. Here number of support reactions are 3. R is equal to 3. That is VA, HA and VB. These are the 3 reactions which we have to evaluate in the analysis of beams. So by applying 3 equations of equilibrium. First you adopt sigma H is equal to 0, all horizontal forces 0. Which are the horizontal forces? Here you have only HA plus there is no other load. Suppose you have an inclined load, then you have to take that component of that inclined load in the horizontal direction, that you have to take vertical and horizontal reaction. Otherwise, in the absence of inclined loads, or if the load is only in the vertical direction, then always this horizontal reaction will be 0. So therefore, this HA will be 0. That's why we say beam to be axially rigid whenever it is subjected to only vertical loads, gravity load. Majority of the cases we get loads only in the gravity direction, that's exactly vertical direction. So in that case, this horizontal reaction, we can take it as 0. Only vertical reaction, that is shear, and moment, only 2 types of internal member forces will come into picture. So then you take moment out. Point A is equal to 0. So 3 equations of equilibrium, we have to adopt 3 equations of statics for finding the external support reactions. So if you take moment about A, so this VB into L, VB into L, that gives an anti-clockwise moment in that direction. Then this load W into A, which is in the clockwise direction. So that should be equal to 0. So here we take clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative, or vice versa, anything we can adopt. If I take clockwise positive, or we will get minus VB into L plus WA is equal to 0. If I take clockwise positive. So therefore, this VB is equal to W into A by L. That's what you are going to get, vertical reaction. They have determined vertical reaction, they have determined horizontal, one of the vertical reaction, horizontal reaction. Then you adopt the third equations of equilibrium. Sigma V0, you will get VA plus VB plus VA acting up, VB acting up, is W acting down. Straight away I will take it. W is acting down. That's equal to 0. Yes, here VB already have determined. Find that, substitute that. Therefore, VA is equal to W minus VB. W into A by L, or it is W into 1 minus
A by L.
A by L, or it is W into L minus A by L. L minus A is nothing but B,
B.
right? L minus A is nothing but this B. So that you can take it as W B by
L.
L. So you have determined VA, that is WA by L, VB, VB as WA by L, VA as W
B
B
by
by L. Correct? Sir?
Yes, sir.
This is what you are going to get. That is your first step in the analysis. You have to determine the external support reactions. Then second step, you have to find the internal member forces. That is, here you have only one member, right? You have to find the equations of your internal forces, that is shear and moment, for our complete beam. So next step, second step, to find the internal forces. So you have this particular beam now, you mark it, you have found out the external support reactions, WA by L, WB by L. Okay. Next, this is of course zero. This is the load WAB. So you have to find internal forces. That means you have to take a section x1 and x2. So you measure the distance of this section, the distance x from one end, say left hand itself, either this or this. So consider two sections, x1 and x2, to cover the entire beam. So x1, what are the things, the shear and moment, internal forces which you are going to get, that will hold good between x equals 0 to x equals a. So the moment it crosses this x is equal to a point, this becomes active. So your moment and shear equations will change. So you need another section. So for this portion, one equation. For this portion, another equation. So two sections are required to take it and write the equation of that. So the two equations, of course, if you take sigma hx1 horizontal force, because at any section you have three types of force: horizontal, vertical and moment. If you take hx1 horizontal, that is always 0, because if you take the section x1, consider the free body diagram towards left, then moment about that particular section due to the load, or sigma h equals 0 if you are adopt, there is no horizontal force at all, either towards left of section or right of section. Therefore, hx1 is 0. That always have to take it. Similarly, hx2 is also 0. At any section there will be three forces: horizontal, vertical, moment. Next, you take vertical force, Vx1. How do you define vertical shear? According to the definition which you have already studied, I am just revising what you have already studied. The shear force at any section we define as the algebraic sum of all the vertical forces either acting towards left or right of the section. If you take x1, algebraic sum of forces towards left, so we take towards left. So that's only this force which is acting upwards, which is positive. That's only WA by L. The same convention for shear. If it is acting up towards left side, it is positive. If it is acting downwards towards right side, it is positive. This is positive shear. Likewise, moment also towards any section. Towards left, if you take, if it is clockwise, it is positive. Towards right side, if it is anti-clockwise, it is taken as positive. This is positive bending moment. This convention we follow. There we were taking horizontal force acting left to right, vertical force acting up, and moment clockwise as positive. There. Here we adopt for this vertical shear and bending moment this sign convention because we are taking a section here. There we were taking point. Here we take a section. So at section we have to adopt this particular type of sign convention which has already been told to you. Here Vx1 is nothing but WA by L into WA by L, that's all. That is all the sum of algebraic sum of all the four vertical forces towards left or towards right also if you can take it towards right if you take then it is WB by L minus W. Since here W is more that becomes negative naturally because according to this sign convention force shear acting up it is positive, negative, acting down, it is positive. So naturally, this is positive, this is negative. You will get that negative share RB only to take it. That is that. So then, like that, WA by L and Vx2, if you take it, Vx2 is W
by L.
I will take towards right side here. If I take right side, then this will be minus W by L. If I take right side, here I have taken left side. Here I will take right side because you can take either towards left or right. That's the shear force. Here I will take for clarity. I will take towards right, which is nothing but
W
by L. This W by L is acting up, whereas shear force, if it is down only positive, here it is up. So this is negative WP by L. Right? Next, Mx1, bending moment. Bending moment, who we define at any section, it is algebraic sum of all moments due to all forces, either towards left or right. So here we have taken towards left. So moment due to this is the only law, that is WA by L into X, which gives a moment like this, which is positive. So that is WA by L into X. Similarly, Mx2, if I take towards right side, it is WB by L into this distance, X. Or if you take this side, you have to take both these. Moment due to this also, take. I will avoid it, I will consider only one. So this is acting in the anti-clockwise direction, which is positive. That is WB by L into X. X either you can take here or from here. So here I am taking that X for this X2 section from the right. So that you can write it here. So this X, so we take it like this. So now it is clear. Instead of taking from here, we take that. So it covers the entire beam. Now I have got equations for horizontal force, vertical shear and moment. Now we can just plot bending moment, shear force and axial thrust diagrams. So first we will take shear force diagram. So this is horizontal is 0 at all the points. At all points, because at all one section I have taken x is equal to 0, this holds good between 0 less than or equal to less, x less than or equal to a. This holds good 0 less than equal to x less than or equal to
B.
Because I am measuring the distance from 0. X equals 0 to B. X equals 0 to A. Same thing. Less than A. This also B. Now we can plot it. So when x is equal to 0, it is WA by L, positive. I will plot it here. WA by L. So x equals 0 to x equals A. So it is same thing. WA by L only, x equals 0 to x equals A. Then here, x equals 0, it is minus WB by L. It is minus. So x equals 0 to x equals B. So this is minus, this is plus. This is shear force diagram for this. This already you have done. I am just revising that from this equation. At any point, covering the entire view. At any point, if you want, you take ordinate at that point, you can evaluate. Similarly, the bending moment, you take this equation. When x equals 0, it is 0. When x is equal to a, it is equal to
W A square
W a square by
L.
Is it right? X is equal to a. It is W a by L.
Into x.
Okay.
When x is 0, mx
When
one
x
is
equals
0.
0, it is 0. X equals a, W a square by L.
L.
Right?
Yes.
When x equals, this holds good. That's okay. Here also when x equals 0, W a square by L, W b squared by W a b by L it should be.
W A B by L.
This mx1 is W a by L into x. A by L into x. Now this equation, you just check once. So VB is W a by L. So that's a mistake we have done. This
W
is
B by
B by
W B by L.
L. So VB is W a by L.
Now moment
A is W L minus A.
that is right, sir.
This is W minus
So that is
W
right.
B A by L. It is W into L minus A. L minus A is B. That's okay.
In this
It is
equation,
W
it
B
will
by
become
L.
changes.
Here it is
W B by L.
by L.
W A by L.
A by L. W B by L.
W A by
A
L.
by L. That's the small correction
Here also.
And here
W B by
L. Here
W A by
A
L.
by L.
No,
So
W A B
now
by L.
here this x equals 0, it is 0 moment. X is equal to A.
W A B by L.
W A B by L. W B by L into A. W A B by L. If you take this, when x equals 0, it is 0 here. When x is equal to B, again it is
W A B.
W A B by
Yes.
L only. So that is this. So this is your, this always positive. And only in shear we are taking this as negative because of this sign convention. Whereas moment it is positive only, it is not negative. That you have to be very, very careful. So this is your example. So this you have to remember. Suppose if A equals B equals L by 2, then this
W.
becomes W L by 4. Here it is W by 2,
W by 2.
here W by 2 because A and B is equal to L by 2. Like that UDL also if you have can find out. So that you have already done. So when the load is beam is subjected to, determinate beam is subjected to any type of load, either concentrated load or UDL or eccentric concentrated load. So you can determine the bending moment, shear force as well as horizontal force at any point. That is your internal member force at any point means internal member force I have evaluated. That is your analysis. Analysis of external support reactions, analysis of internal member force. That is nothing but evaluation of SFT and EMT. This much we have already done. This is our usual method of analysis of beams with respect to forces. So with respect to displacement, so what is the rotation at A, rotation at B, because it will deflect like this, so there will be a rotation here, translation here. These things we have to adopt altogether different procedure, area movement and all, that we will take up next. Now we will concentrate only on this. So this is our conventional or usual method of analysis of beams or determination of forces in a determinate beams. Right?
Yes.
Next we will take up truss.